Welcome to all the Jaguar enthusiasts or classic car enthusiasts. Okay, so if you'd watched him before, you know we had a patch in here, and what we've had to do, or what I've had to do, is actually build this patch, but with some depth to it, so that the flange on this headlight pod will go in. I've built all this now. It's not finished, but basically half of it, the whole bottom half, is brand new because it was rotten. There's part of the flange there, a few bits and pieces. So I had to redo all this. It's got to be finished off yet, but as you can see, I've just tacked it in place now, and it's got the depth that I need. I've put it on and tried it. What I basically did was, when I cut it out, I just worked out roughly what I needed, and then obviously I made it a little bit bigger, quite a bit bigger in fact. I always make it bigger than smaller, because you can always cut bits off, but adding on is a bit difficult. And then I cut this shape out from a piece of steel. Now it is handy having a nibbler, you know, these air operated grinders and so on, but the air nibbler is a really good bit of kit, I have to say. Roll up. But it can be done with other tools. It just takes that little bit longer. That's the problem. So what we did was, or what I did was, as you can see, it's empty but manky. The ramp after the XJ's gone. I was away at the weekend, so yeah. So what I did was, I put a bead roller type in here, and then what I did was, this was just a test piece. You can see there how that is. And what I did was, I just got the lines on it and then ran this through twice. So I basically put two sets of beads on it, one here and one at the thickness of the depth that I wanted, and then I actually flattened it all down. That's how I made the shape, and you see that's a piece of it I cut off with a nibbler. The nibblers are good, as long as you watch the direction you're trying to cut in, but if there's anything with a nibbler, it really needs to be flat sheet steel. So that's how I did it. You could do this with a like a brick, you know, a blunt. If you've got, you know, a bolster for breaking bricks up, for breaking breeze block, you could do that if it was fairly blunt, and you could use it, or a chisel, and just go round and go round, go round and go round. It'd take time. But the good thing about this particular part is that it's hidden underneath the light pod, and the reason it's done like that is so you can get as much lead in there as you want to. So you can imagine this whole valley here, you can see it going along. All this valley is, once that flange is in there, all this is completely loaded with lead, all this, and obviously you can't see any of that. So what I'll do now is go around and weld everything. I'll show you from the bottom. You can see that's how it looks. It's approximately the same shape as the other one. It's a little bit out there, but that won't be seen. The other thing I did was, that's the back of that repair patch. The other thing I did was, I've taken that support leg off, which is for the wing extension here. You can see it, and also that was all sandblasted, but that's somewhere you're not going to get into. Look how bad the rust is behind that. But you can, fortunately, you can get these off with the light pod in situ, which is good news. But it's quite bad behind, as you can see, and all that undersill needs to be cleaned off, and I need to. So that's how it looks there. You can see there's quite a bit of rust on it. So we'll sandblast that, put it back on, do this side, and then do exactly the same on the other side. Which also means that this one will be in the same situation. I haven't put any more tacks in that yet, so we'll need to make some more. But these ones will be exactly the same. So we need to take them off one at a time. And what we did was used these extensions here that I made for the inside of the car with a screw thread on the bottom. You can see there. And I used them for the inside of the car to go across onto the chassis to lift. And they're doing a good job there as well. So, but you can see it's quite bad in there. You know, so it would have had to get done anyway. Anyway, so that's what we're at. I'll just turn this light off. Yeah, originally the extensions were made for these, and they went down onto the chassis, and it was yeah. So they've actually come in very handy. They come for another job. This is coming on now. As you can see, it's starting to get a complete new edge on it. You can see there. That's all got to be lined up though. And obviously, once we put the new one on, you can see how this is too far out. That'll obviously be trimmed exactly where it should be, but we have to put the tonneau cover or the tonneau boot back onto it to check it for before we actually chop anything off. Anyway, so that's what we're up to, and sorry I haven't done a video for a couple of days, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. Amir's away for about another, I don't know, 12 days or so. So I'll do what I can. But yeah, so keep looking in. The mini guys, I will get around to the stuff, but I've got such a lot to do at the moment. So anyway, take care. Thanks for watching in, and keep subscribing, thumbs up, or some kind of comment if you want. And see how we do tomorrow. So take care. Bye for now. Bye.